Ketan, are you starting?
Satyaji, 1 minute. I'm just trying to live stream.
Okay. And you can highlight yourself or whoever speaker. And I also can do that for you.
Hari Om to one and all present here. A warm welcome to Satyaji and all the iLeaders. Today will be the training session about all the role players. We'll be teaching about what the role players are and what tasks each role player needs to do. I know many role players are new, many iLeaders are new here. So you might be having questions like what is topic speaker, what is speaker, what is the difference between them. Today, we'll be answering all your questions and queries. Jyoti will help you a lot. You might have a lot of fear or hesitation to speak. And in Jyoti, we'll also be speaking about Bhagavad Gita. So in Bhagavad Gita, even Arjuna was having a lot of fear inside him. So it's not only Jyoti that will help you, but also when you speak about Bhagavad Gita, you learn a lot. So without any ado, let us start this session. And I would also like to request each one of you to forward about Jyoti to your friends and relatives. Now, I hand it over to Pramukh to tell the opening prayers.
Thank you, Ketan. भूर्भुवः सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः.
Satyaji?
So Hari Om to all the iLeaders and Hari Om to all the captains of the Rama and the Krishna batch. So I welcome you all to this training session of Vagjyoti. So I'm sure all of you here are good speakers. I'm sure you are speaking with your friends, your relatives, you're speaking with your friends in English. I don't think we are here to learn the language. We are here to speak the language and to know how to speak. So when we are speaking, there are different ways to speak. So there are some speeches which are very impactful. When you hear someone speak, you always feel so intrigued and you feel the speech is so interesting. So you can hear it for a very long time. You get influenced. You get so happy. Or you can share many things with the person who is actually speaking. So when you are intrigued with anything like that, just imagine, what if you play that role? What if you are the one who is speaking and making everyone flabbergasted with your speeches? So we are here to go through a journey where all of us, we keep speaking, and more than speaking, we are listening. So when we are listening, each and every one of us has some spark or something which will hit us. So try to learn more. The more you listen, the more you grasp and the more you learn. So try to emulate, try to understand how each and every one here is trying to put an effort to speak more clearly, to speak using your body language, to speak using your gestures, your eye contact, and how you modulate your voice. So try to understand different ways of speaking. I think when you are listening to someone speak, you not only understand the great things that they have said and how they have said, you will also understand where they have made a mistake as well. So here we are not there to point out the mistakes. We are there to understand, we are here to understand that there may be mistakes by anyone. Anyone can make a mistake, but the point lies in developing yourself. So how do you cover up your mistakes? How do you become better each day? So Vagjyoti is a platform where all of us are speaking and trying to listen to others speak, trying to get better each and every day. So this is a platform where you are trying to give a shape to your personality. So speaking is one of the biggest, we can say it is the biggest asset that you can ever possess. You are a student, tomorrow you become a leader, you become a class monitor, you become you take up a big role in your school, in your college, you become a CEO, or you become an employer or an employee. Everywhere you need to speak. So how you speak, that makes all the difference. So welcome here. So every iLeader's journey starts with a single speech. Each one of us have a small hesitation to speak. It is not that we don't know how to speak. It is not that we don't know the language, but how we deliver. We have a small fear. There is a butterfly feeling in your tummy whenever you are asked to speak. So just remove your fear, start speaking with whatever you know. We are not going to judge you. We will not say that, hey, you have done a mistake here. Hey, you could have done this like this. No, we will make you understand how you can be better by yourself. So this is not any training or a coaching that we are giving you, but you will be learning by observing and by even setting an example. Yeah, next. Next, Kirtana. So I want to tell you here that in fact, in every session of Vagjyoti, we are in fact playing a game. We are not here as a, as an institution, as a coaching, or, as a class. This is a fun game that we are playing. So we have role players. We have in every session, we have captains and role players. So all the iLeaders, they either take up the role of captains, who also have to be role players, and there are role players. So if I have to explain what a role player is, just imagine that we are playing a game and all of us are playing a role. That is what is role players. So all of us are playing a game. Now, what is the role of a role player? So what is the responsibility of a role player? In Vagjyoti, we have many types of role players. So I suggest that each one of you take up a different role in each session. Even the captains have to take up these roles. So captains also are role players, and all of us are role players. Okay. And as you become more and more, interested and take up these roles, you will be honing your skills. You will be speaking much, much better. By the end of this year, you will see the difference. I promise. Next, Kirtana. Can you go to the slide before this? The list of role players. So these are the 10 role players that we have. Along with this, we have many more roles that we have created also. So any questions we can answer at the end once you listen to the whole thing. I'll try to be as clear as possible, but yes, I may have some lapses. So these are the actual roles that we have, and every session we try to grab these roles. Okay, so we will have a poll at the end of this session where the VPs of education, they will be conducting the poll and you will be grabbing these rules. So iLeader of the day, our counter, grammarian, timer, speaker, topic master, topic speaker, topic evaluator, speech evaluator, general evaluator. So if you see here, there are 3 evaluators here. So who is an evaluator? There is a speaker and there is someone who is evaluating the speech. Now, all these roles are among yourselves. It is not that someone is coming from somewhere and judging how you speak. It is among your friends. So we just try to be better. We try to be more expressive and we try to be better and better than the previous time or better than how the others are speaking. That's all. This is no competition, but it is a game. So go to iLeader of the day. So who is iLeader of the day? So the iLeader of the day is like the hero of the day, you can say. So in this game, he is the hero. So he is the one, any child who has taken up the role of an iLeader of the day, this person is the host or the hero for the day. So this iLeader, he runs the whole show. That is, he starts the show. I mean, the meeting will be started by the president and the sergeant at arms. But once the real meeting starts, the real session starts, the game starts with the iLeader of the day. So iLeader is the one to start the session. He will, actually introduce the speakers. He will make his speech so funny. So he can add some quotes, he can be inspiring, he can be funny, he can just do anything to grab the attention of all the audience. So he is the one like an MC. Like he is the one to say, now I invite the speaker one to speak. And then he will say, thank you. And then he will ask the second speaker to come and speak. So he is like an MC and he will ensure that there is a smooth sail between all the roles. Now try to understand that when you are listening to this, I do not want you to be a best iLeader. I know that as we are playing the game, you will be able to understand. So there is no perfect thing here. As we are playing the game, you will become better and better. Okay. So that is the iLeader of the day. So he will have the chance to be a speaker throughout the session. So he is the MC. Hope you know who an MC is, or someone who conducts the whole thing on the stage. Okay. So he is the organizer. Okay, that is the iLeader of the day. So the next one. Over to Kirtana.
Yes, Satyaji. So this is the R counter. So what will you learn when you become the R counter? Taking on this role improves observational and listening skills. Purpose. The purpose of the R counter is to note any overused words or filler sounds used as a crutch by anyone who speaks during the meeting. Words may be inappropriate interjections such as and, well, but, so, and you know. Sounds may be or er. So what does this mean? When you're speaking and you don't know what to speak next. So you say when you're thinking. So R counter is the person who notes down how many filler sounds you use. So if I say many times, then he will count how many times you use it. It might not as well just be or If you're just repeating and many times, then that is also considered as an R counter. As an R counter, you will request a copy of the R counter log from your sergeant at arms. If a log is not available, be prepared to take notes. So basically, you have to write down each person's name. It might even be the captains, like the president, the sergeant at arms, the VP education. You should write down his or her name and write down how many times that person has used or any kind of words like that. Then introduce during the club meeting, explain the role of the R counter. In the accountant's log, record overlong pauses, overused words, and filler sounds relied upon too often by all speakers. Examples include and, but, so, you know, So you should just count how many times these kinds of words are used. So at the end of the session, you will be asked to say, and you'll be asked to read out your report. So at that time, you should read out everyone's name and tell how many times they've used these kinds of words. It's not that you're judging that person, but it is just that the other person can improve. So as much as you should try to reduce these kinds of words like so you'll become a better speaker. So basically the counter will count how many times you use these kinds of words and tell it at the end of the session. That is when the counter is called upon. Now I hand it over to Satyaji.
Thank you, Ketana. So hope you all have understood how well Ketana has told this. So all of us have this habit of using filler words. So here in Vagjyoti, we are trying to correct ourselves. So as we speak, we can give pauses instead of using filler words. So I can say, so you should do this, and I know, those filler words are the words which we try to continue our sentences with. Instead, you can use pauses. So this is a better way of communication. So when you're speaking with someone, use pauses instead of filler words. And this R counter is a very funny role that they play, because they are the ones who will keep a record of how many times I have used filler words, how many times the president has used filler words, and they are the ones to keep record of everyone's mistakes. So it is not mistakes. These are the general habits that we have when we are speaking. So we become better as we remove some bad habits and introduce some good ones. So that is the role of our counter. So the next one, so at the end of the session, make sure you are taking the role of our counter, which is a very, very funny role. Because counting the hours of someone is far more simpler and funny than speaking. Now the next role is that of a grammarian. Now who is a grammarian? This person, the person who takes the role of a grammarian, they come up with two words. One is the word of the day, and the second one is the idiom of the day. So you can come up with any new word, like for example, frenzy. Frenzy means excited, crazy. Okay, you can come up with that word. And you can come up with an idiom called over the blue moon. He's over the blue moon. That means I'm so happy, I'm so excited that over the moon. I'm sorry, it's not over the blue moon, over the moon. So I can always say, I was over the moon when I heard that. So he comes up with one idiom of the day and one word of the day. He tells the meaning. He tells an own sentence. Now, it is the duty of every person who is speaking in the session to use the word of the day and to use the idiom of the day. So when anyone uses the word of the day, suppose anyone in their speech, they use the word frenzy, everyone will give one thumbs up. And if anyone uses the word over the moon, the idiom over the moon, everyone will give double thumbs up. So that is how we encourage each other, encourage the children to use new words and new idioms. So once you use that in your speech, that will become part of your speech when you are speaking with others or with your friends. So that is the role of a grammarian. And in the beginning of the session, they give these words. At the end of the session, they give a report. Just like our counter, the grammarian also gives a report at the end of the meeting saying that this person has used the word of the day and the idiom of the day, and this person has not used it, or this person has used only the word of the day. So that record is only reported at the end of the meeting by the grammarian. It is not to judge anyone, but to encourage them to speak more, to use better vocabulary. So that is the role of grammarian. So make sure you take up this role, which is very interesting. You will come up with a nice word, which has a nice meaning, and an idiom of the day, which everyone will use. And even you can use it in your speech when you're in the closing and in the opening meeting. The next one.
Yes, Satyaji. Now we move upon. Now we are going to the timer. Now, what will you learn from this timer? Taking on this role improves time management skills. Time is really important in your life. Now, when you have to submit anything in school, say you have 1 week of time, if you totally forget about it and if you keep it to the last minute, I know all of us do it. So, time management skills is really important that we have to learn. Role or purpose. One of the skills iLeaders practice is expressing a thought within a specific amount of time. The timer is responsible for monitoring time for each meeting segment and each speaker. Now we'll speak something very easily, but if we have a specific amount of time to speak, then we find it really difficult. For example, if I have to speak anything in 30 seconds, it is very difficult for me to speak. But if I don't have any time limit, I can go on speaking. As a timer, you acquire the timing or signaling equipment from the sergeant at arms and know how to operate it. So basically, you will make 3 flags: green flag, yellow flag, and red flag. So you should remember this point. The topic speaker will speak for 2 minutes and the speaker will speak for 3 minutes. Now, when should you show this green flag, red flag, and yellow flag? When half of the time is over, you should show the green flag. When there is still 30 seconds left, you should show the yellow flag. And when the time is up, you should show the red flag and make sure the person stops speaking. Explain the timing rules and demonstrate the signal device if called upon to do so. So you should explain this at the starting of the meeting. Throughout the meeting, listen carefully to each participant and signal them accordingly. As I said earlier, you should show the green flag, red flag, and yellow flag. When called to report, announce the speaker's names and the time taken. So now you should write down everyone's name and the time they took for their speech. So as I said earlier, the table topic speaker should speak for 2 minutes and the speaker should speak for 3 minutes. So you should write their names and write how much time they've spoken. So by doing this, it improves your quality of speaking in a specific amount of time, which is really helpful for your schools also because you'll be having a lot of competition and you can ace it very perfectly and it will help you a lot. Satyaji? Over to Satyaji. Satyaji?
Yeah, Kirtana.
Satyaji, I actually finished the timer. I
Yeah.
think you had network issues.
Yes.
Should
Yes,
I go to the
next one.
previous slide or?
No, go to the next one.
Are you there, Satyaji? Let's wait for 2 more minutes. Okay, let me just continue. After Satyaji comes, she'll take over. Now, moving forward, it's the topic master. Taking on this role improves organization skills, time management, and facilitation skills. Now, what is topic master? The topic master delivers the table topics portion of the meeting, which helps train members to quickly organize and express their thoughts in an impromptu setting. Now, what is impromptu? Now, for example, you'll get a topic, say family. You have to speak then and there without any preparation. That is called impromptu speaking. So, what is topic master? What will he or she do? Now, many of you might have attended Pick and Speak competition. There is a person who gives all these topics, right? So in this, topic master is the person who gives the topics. So basically, topic master will be doing a few chits, like approximately 10 chits. And in all those chits, he'll be writing the topic. For example, family, pets, and etc. etc. So the topic master should fold the chits and write the number on it. So he should prepare 10 chits. And then he should ask the topic speaker to select any number between 1 to 10. And whichever number he or she selects, then the topic master will read out the topic. So basically, topic master will be telling the topic. As topic master, you will select topics in advance of the meeting that allow speakers to offer opinions. So basically, before the meeting only, you'll be preparing all the topics and you'll be writing it down in the chits. And whichever number the speaker says, then you'll be opening the chit and will be telling the topic. Give members who aren't assigned a speaking role the opportunity to speak during the meeting by assigning impromptu talks on non-specialized themes or topics. So make the topic a bit easy, like school, friends, like that. So anyone who hasn't got an opportunity to speak in the meeting, you can select them and give a topic to them. In presenting a Best Table Topic Speaker Award, ask members to vote for the Best Table Topic Speaker. Now, whoever speaks the best, the topic master will select them and give them the Best Table Topic Speaker Award. So, to brief it up, topic master will prepare the topics, write it down in a chit, and will make the speaker select any number from 1 to 10. And on the chits, you would have written the number. So you'll open that chit and read out the topic. So basically, as the topic master, you'll be giving the topic to the speakers so that the speakers will speak then and there itself without any preparation before. If Satyaji is here, I'll hand it over to her.
Yes, thank you, Keetana. So hope you have understood what a topic master is, what he does. So topic master, they prepare some chits or they prepare some, 10 good topics on which anyone can speak. So they generally ask anyone to take up the role. That will be at random. So in today's meeting, you can take up the role of a topic master, where you can ask, you can just come up with good topics and then everyone will speak on them impromptu. So they will speak then and there without any preparation. So that's an interesting role that you can take up. And then we come to speaker. Speaker is a very important role for every meeting. So we are here to speak. So speaker is that role for which everyone is waiting. So in every meeting, we will have 3 to 5 speakers. So 5 people can take up the role of speaker. That is the best part. And you will be speaking for 3 minutes. So in every speech, you will speak for 3 minutes on something that you come prepared with. So there will be a topic, and on the topic, you will come prepared. So that is the importance of a speaker. And this speech is the speech project. So speech project is that you will be preparing on the topic and you will be speaking. So what is the topic for the next session? We will be giving you in the group. You will come prepared with that and you will speak extempore for 3 minutes. So when you're speaking, make sure you will not look into a chit, you will not look into a book or a mobile or anything there. You will just come prepared. Even if you make a mistake, it is fine. You just speak out of your heart and your mind. So you will, rehearse it. You will rehearse it in front of a mirror or your parents or your mobile, record it, correct yourself, and come prepared for the session. So this is the role of a speaker. So make sure you are taking this very important role. I know it will be a bit difficult in the beginning, but take up this role and challenge yourself. So next one.
Satyaji, this is the continuation, I think.
Okay. Yeah, and the next one. So whenever we have a speaker, we will have an evaluator also. Okay. So once we have a speaker, you can go to the first one then. So once we have a speaker, for every speech, there will be an evaluator. Suppose Kirtana speaks on some topic for 3 minutes. At the end of the session, the evaluator will keep a notes of how she has spoken, how many good usages of words did she do, and how many times she was very good with her speech, and where she could have done better. These are the things that they will suggest. So for every speaker, there will be an evaluator. Suppose we have 5 speakers, we can have 5 evaluators. So it is not that evaluator is someone great or someone who comes from outside and does the evaluation. When you are listening to my speech, you must be finding out some any mistakes or some suggestions for me. Similarly, when each one of you is speaking, everyone who is listening, if you are listening carefully, we can observe certain flaws. So those can be explained at the end of the session by the evaluator in a very subtle and friendly way. We are not here to correct anyone or impose anything on anyone. So we are just trying to make sure that you are speaking very well. We try to encourage you. So the evaluator tells that you have spoken very well, Kirtana. The way you have used these words are so impressive. I could learn a lot from you. At the same time, I think your network is a bit low. And maybe the next time you're speaking, make sure you have enough lighting, make sure you have enough network bandwidth, and make sure you're presenting yourself well. So some suggestions like this can be given to me or to the speaker or to the anyone who is speaking there. So for there are 5 speaker roles and there are 5 evaluator roles. And as you have seen, there is a table topic master, that is the topics master, and there are topic speakers also. So we can have 5 topic speakers who speak only for 1 minute. So for 1 minute, you give me a topic or I give you a topic and you will be speaking on it. So 5 of you can be topic speakers. So this is how we generally do each session. Yes, Kirtana, go to the next one. If you have that chart, you can present that. Go to the next slide. The next one. So as you have seen the topic master, yeah, next one, the topic speaker. So the topic speaker is someone who comes up with the speech then and there. So it is an impromptu speaking. So you are given a topic and you speak immediately for 1 minute. The next one. Next slide, please. Yeah. So we have a topic master, topic speaker, and a topic evaluator. Now, who is a topic evaluator? Suppose we have, 5 topics given to 5 topic speakers. This topic evaluator is one person who plays the role of evaluation. So there are 5 speakers who have spoken, and this evaluator at the end of the meeting, he will keep a note of everything. How did Kirtana speak? How did Arush speak? How did the twin sisters speak? So this is an evaluation that is given at the end of the session by the topic evaluator. So anyone can take up one role. This is one role of topic evaluator. The evaluator role is very critical because they listen more. They speak less but listen more. So they listen and at the end of the meeting, they have to speak. So that is a very important role of a topic evaluator. The next one. So speech evaluator, He is the one who evaluates the speech. As I told you, for every speaker, there is a speech evaluator. So we can have 3 speeches or 5 speeches. Okay, 3 speakers or 5 speakers, and we can have 3 evaluators or 5 evaluators, depending on that. But remember, whenever I'm saying evaluation, it is not any critical way of expression. It is a very constructive way of expression, and we give a feedback. The evaluator gives a feedback that you are very good. Maybe this can be changed to this, or you could have done even better, or you were speaking very fast. You could be a bit slow. You can be more clear. You can be more loud. So these are some suggestions that the evaluator gives at the end of the session. The next one. Yes, over to Kirtana.
Yes, Satyaji. Now we come to the general evaluator. Learning objective. Taking on this role improves critical thinking, organization, time management, and team building skills. Role or purpose. The general evaluator evaluates everything that takes place during the club meeting. In addition, the general evaluator conducts the evaluation portion of the meeting and is responsible for the evaluation team. The speech evaluators are counter, grammarian, and timer. So this general evaluator has a team. So the team consists of the speech evaluators, the counter, the grammarian, and the timer. So what should you do as the general evaluator? Ensure other evaluators know their tasks and responsibilities. So this general evaluator should ensure that everyone, that is all the other evaluators know their tasks and responsibilities, like the grammarian, timer, accountant. Explain the purpose and benefits of evaluation to the group. So the general evaluator should explain why evaluation is needed, because it helps to increase your listening skills. Identify and confirm meeting assignments with the timer, grammarian, and accountant. So as I said, these come under the general evaluators team. Confirm the club meeting program and or checklist with the iLeader of the day and VP education. So what is this general evaluator? What does he evaluate? Now we found the evaluators for the speeches and evaluators for the topic speeches. Now what will this general evaluator evaluate about? During the meeting, take notes and report on all club proceedings to evaluate things such as timelines, enthusiasm, preparation, organization, performance of duties, etc. So general evaluator evaluates the whole meeting about how enthusiastic it was, if all the people were participating, how well each person did they keep up the time. So the general evaluator will be evaluating the whole meeting, and he'll be telling any corrections for the next meeting also. So at the beginning of the session, the general evaluator will be introducing his team, that is the accountant, grammarian, timer, and he'll be introducing each one of them. And at the end of the session, he'll be telling about how the session was and if there are any improvements which are needed. So that is the role of the general evaluator. I hand it to Satyaji.
That's nice, Kirtana. Yes, next. So this is the game we are going to play. So our every session starts here. So we start with the sergeant at arms. The sergeant at arms, they come forward and they give the ground rules. So what are the ground rules? So for every meeting, every game, everything has a rule. Do you all agree? So when we have a rule, we generally play within the boundaries of the rules. There are always rules for every game, for everything that we do. And we obviously have to follow certain rules here. Now, what are the rules? They generally lay down some rules as to how you have to present yourself, how should your video be, and no cross talks and things like that. So the sergeant at arms has the power to change the rules every time. So whenever the sergeant at arms gives the rules, the sergeant at arms can give the rules at the beginning of every meeting, and everyone has to follow that, and he has the power to change the rules or modify the rules or increase the number of rules at every meeting, because he is the one who is observing whatever is happening in the meeting, and they try to change the rules to make the meeting even a better experience for all of us. So the sergeant at arms starts the meeting. Then the sergeant at arms calls the president. He will say, over to the president. The president will give the opening speech. Now, the president gives the opening speech about, she welcomes them and tells what is Vagjyoti all about, and what did we do till now? Like in our journey till now, in the last year and this year, what are the great things that the children have achieved? So they generally speak about the achievements of the children of Vagjyoti in the sessions and outside. Maybe you have achieved something in school. There was a Olympiad that you have won. There is a sports tournament that you have won. There is something, some prize, some science fair that you have put up. All these things are explained in the opening speech by the presidents. So that is the importance of the opening speech that they give. So then this president, they say, over to the iLeader. As you know, iLeader is the hero of the day. He is the one who conducts the meeting. He is the MC of the day, or you can say anchor. So the iLeader makes the atmosphere of the whole meeting a bit funny. They may crack jokes. They may ask riddles, puzzles. They can just come up with a new theme. They can make it as interesting as possible. So it is a very creative role. Being an iLeader, you can just reach the horizons. You can just be as creative as you want. So the iLeader, he is the host of the event. He then calls the general evaluator. So general evaluator, just as Kirtana just now told you, general evaluator has a team. That team consists of the timer, counter, grammarian. So the general evaluator introduces the timer, the counter, and the grammarian. So the general evaluator also says that, hello, I'm the general evaluator. I'm here to assess how the whole meeting is going to be conducted. I'm looking at all of you through my lens. So that is how a general evaluator introduces themselves, and they introduce the team. The timer, he introduces the timer. The timer then gives the time rules. So what is the time limit that you have to maintain? And how he shows the green flag first, then the yellow flag and the red flag for stop. So that is what the timer explains. And the timer's report will be given at the end of the meeting. And the general evaluator introduces the counter. The general evaluator introduces the grammarian. Okay. And he may also introduce the evaluators. Okay. But because we have many evaluators, that can be done later. So once the general evaluator introduces himself and the team, again he says, over to the iLeader. Then the speeches start. The iLeader calls the speaker. He introduces the speaker one. Okay. And they give the speech. Again, the iLeader calls the speaker two, and then the speech. iLeader calls the speaker three, and then their speech. Once that is done, he calls the general evaluator to give the report. Okay. And in between, there is this interesting thing called topics, table topics. So in the table topics, iLeader asks the table topic master to come up. Table topic master calls the 5 table topic speakers to speak one after the other with a different topic. And that topic is given then and there. They speak impromptu. They then and there make up a speech and they give it within 1 minute. That is evaluated by their topic evaluator. So that is a small game we play in between the game. And once that is done, the iLeader calls the general evaluator team. That is the timer gives the report. The counter comes and gives the report. The grammarian comes and gives the report. And then the speech evaluators also give the evaluation report. So once that is done, the general evaluator tells us how the whole meeting has been done. Is there any flaw in the meeting? Did we all come on time? Did we leave on time? Or was there anything that needs to be changed in the upcoming meetings? And then the iLeader of the day gives the closing address. And finally, again, the president takes over and makes the announcements for the next meeting. So this is how we play this game. But as we are going ahead, you will get more and more used to this game and you will become like a professional here. Next.
Satyaji, that's it.
Yeah. So can you stop this one? Yeah. So this is how we play this game. Now we can go ahead with, in our next session, that is on 20th May. Okay, we are going to have a session, right? Now, I know all of you have some doubts like what is the topic? Okay, the topic will be the 3rd and 4th chapters of Bhagavad Gita. There is a video given by Purnimaji. So we will be sharing that video where she has told some nice, beautiful stories in a video. Okay, so we will be sharing that in the Vagjyoti circle. Listen to it 1 time or 2 times or 3 times as per your convenience and as per your confidence, and make sure you're giving excellent speech in the next session. Okay, so it is not necessary now that all of you are very well versed with what a timer has to do, what an hour counter has to do. The next session on May 20th will be a very easy session where we will show you what you have to say. So we are going to help you on what you have to say. We will show you in the slide on what you have to say. You just have to read it out, but in your own style. So make sure you are coming well prepared with the role that you are taking. Now let us, without any further ado, let us just grab the opportunity of being a role player. So I want all of you to be very attentive now. Are you all ready to play this game? So we are now just taking up the roles. Okay, we are not playing the game now. We are taking the roles. So the VP Education of the Rama and the Krishna batch, they will come out with the roles. They will show what are the roles. They will just announce the role and you will have to take it up. Okay, so first come, first serve. Please remember that. Whoever types your name and the role first in the chat box will get that role. So once that role is over, you wait for the next role. Okay, and it is there is nothing like this role is better or this role is not good. Okay, every role has a very equal importance in the session. You will see that every role will have a chance to speak, and the amount they speak or the timeline they speak is the same. Right? Every role is interesting. So come on, let us grab the roles, and I'm glad that all of you are showing so much interest. I want all of you to switch open your videos so that you are literally here. So do not type anything right now. Yes, we can stop the recording part.
Satyaji, shall I stop both the recording and live streaming or?
Yes, you can stop that.